Hey guys, it's Marla at Twinstrology, and this is a little video that I'm putting together about twin flames and astrology. And this would probably also apply to soulmates and divine partnerships as well. So let me just say at the beginning that this is my own philosophy, my own opinion, and what I've seen from my own practice. If what I say doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. That just means that I am not the astrologer for you, but there are plenty of astrologers out there to choose from. So first of all, why would you want to have an astrology reading done? Well, your natal chart or the map of the stars when you were born really contains your soul's journey in it and shows your lessons and your growth and your patterns. These are patterns that are ingrained since childhood or even earlier from previous incarnations. And one of the great things that astrology can help you do is make these patterns conscious so that you can heal them. Often, we're just too close to our own patterns that we don't necessarily see them. But an astrologer can really help you figure out your soul's journey. In my opinion, everyone should have a natal chart done first before they have a synastry done. And a synastry is a comparison of two charts. So if you wanted to know about your relationship with your twin flame, you would have a synastry done. But if at all possible, and I know for some of you money might be an issue, still good to get your natal chart done and to really hear about your personal journey. And it's going to contain information about how you interact with people and how you interact in relationships. So now, astrologers. Well, there's all different types of astrologers out there. And there's all different types of astrology. There's different ways that people do it. Some people use Western astrology. Some people use Vedic astrology. Some people do synastry, like I do, where other people prefer to do composite charts. I like to stick with basics. Other people's like to get real deep. Maybe they want to use midpoints and this sort of thing. There's so many different ways to read a chart. Many of you know my friend Dio, and he's an astrologer too. And he reads charts totally different than I read charts. And yet we can still sit down and have a conversation about astrology and look at the same charts and often draw the same conclusions. We just have a different way of getting there. So really all the different styles are equal. Okay, the most important thing is that you get the message that resonates with you. And I think all astrologers have a little bit of a different focus. So what I look at in a chart and what I get, what I feel I want to tell you, of course I'm a channel. I actually consider myself more of a channel maybe than an astrologer. I channel what I feel is the most important thing for you, but another astrologer might look at your chart and they might pick out something different that they feel is the most important thing for you to know. So just like you can go to multiple psychics and get multiple views, you can go to multiple astrologers and get a little bit different view on the information. You do want to make sure, though, when you choose an astrologer, that you're working with someone that understands the concept of twin flames or divine partnerships. Someone that someone who is more into the more modern philosophy of astrology, I guess. There's still some astrologers out there that practice what I call doom and gloom astrology, where they might look at two people's charts and say, oh, this is horrible. You're not compatible at all. You might as well give it up right now. Okay, that is not the way I look at charts. And I feel that someone that understands divine partnerships will not look at two people as being incompatible. All right. You can work with any chart. It's just a matter of how dedicated are you to making that relationship work. I think this can especially happen to twin flames or light workers or star seeds, because their charts are very complicated often and can seem very heavy because, this group of old souls are here to take on templates and society's dysfunctions and to clear them. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of complicated aspects in their chart. So if you take one twin that has this heavy chart, you bring in a second twin that has this heavy chart, and some astrologers would look at that, and then when you're comparing their two charts, then you start adding in a bunch of squares and oppositions, and they're just going to be like, oh my God, there's no way this could possibly work. To me, that's old astrology. I don't like the doom and gloom. Everything's there for a purpose. Every aspect has a purpose. And like I said, it's just a matter of your commitment to the relationship. And I've seen people hurt by astrologers telling them that they're not twins, or that they're not compatible, or even that they are twins, but that they're never going to be together. I don't confirm twins through astrology. I don't confirm twins at all, actually. I've decided I don't really want to go that route, and I'd rather you focus in on your heart and your own intuition, and you make that call yourself. But if you believe you're a twin, then I will definitely help you understand the energies of your union and how you can use the planets to your benefit. So again, just be careful where you go for an astrology reading. Now, of course, everyone wants to know what is the one aspect in the chart that's going to confirm for me that me and my partner are twin flames. Well, unfortunately, there is no one aspect that I've found, that is 100% accurate. And it's my opinion that right now no one has that information. Do I see patterns? Yes, I see patterns in charts. But like I said, it's not 100%. And I've been told, don't even go there with any kind of information like that, because we're just not ready for it. Astrology right now is having a huge renaissance. And we're going to see the art and science of astrology really blossom over the next few years. And I know that there's going to be lots of new techniques coming out, lots of new theories. There might even be some new planetary discoveries. And, maybe in the future, I will be ready to talk about certain aspects. But right now, there is nothing in the chart that's conclusive. Most people know about their sun signs, Okay, and most people go by sun sign astrology. I see people asking about this in Facebook groups all the time. Is this sun sign compatible with this sun sign? Can we be twins with this combination? Wanting to take polls of everybody of what their signs are. And really, any combination is possible. Absolutely. Do not get hung up on one certain aspect. I will say that the most common placement I see for suns, and I'm just talking about the sun, is an opposition, okay, which makes sense. And then probably secondly, a semi-sextile and or a quincunx those would be the top 3 positions that I see in my own practice for suns. Now remember, this is just my personal philosophy. I'm not trying to make any big statement, or maybe other astrologers find something different in their practice. That's up to them. So, and also I want to say, don't just get hung up on your suns. Okay, if possible, try to branch out a little bit. I would say the next, let me give you 2 things that I would say check out next after your sun. The first being your moon, but you will need your birth time to figure out the exact placement of your moon. But the moon rules your emotions and your subconscious, so you do want to look at that as well. And the second thing I'd say is your nodes of destiny. And you do not need your birth time to look that up. You can go online and look up the transits for the nodes of destiny, and you can get a big long list, and you can figure out from the list where your nodes are and where your partner nodes are, and you can just Google those placements. But that's very helpful information to have, because the nodes are one of the major things in the chart that will tell you things about your soul's journey. All right. Another thing that I see a lot, again, people getting hung up on aspects, and there's different ways to interpret aspects as well. So there's what I call the lower octave and the higher octave. And you kind of have to know, it's kind of an intuitive thing, I guess, where this energy is coming from in the chart. So I'll give you a couple examples. Say your Neptune aspects your partner's Venus. So the lower octave of this energy could be that you're not seeing the other person clearly, that you're seeing an idealized version of them, that you're living in a fantasy, or you're creating a fantasy around them. The higher octave of Neptune Venus could be that you have a profound spiritual connection that's going to lead you to unconditional love. And same thing with Pluto Venus. This is another big one. The lower octave would be obsession or jealousy. The higher octave of Pluto Venus is show me your deep dark secrets, show me all your fears, show me all your pain, and I'm going to love you anyways. So you can see there's a big difference in the way that aspects are interpreted. So that's a factor as well. So even if you Google some of these aspects, just be careful, okay, with the things that you get. Now, twin flames are, the way I see it, one soul being. So I don't feel like the charts of twin flames necessarily have to show all these very compatible aspects that maybe we would look for with soulmates. Okay, because twin flames, again, they're one soul beings, and their charts are all about the lessons. So, like I said, I've seen, maybe I didn't say it, but I've seen twin flame charts with all different kinds of configurations, and you have to work with what you're given. And frankly, they seem to be, for the most part, getting on just fine. So again, I think we'll be learning more, coming out with more information about this in the future. There was something that I wanted to say and I forgot it now. Oh, I was going to talk about horoscopes for a minute. Okay, now horoscopes, if you're just going by your sun sign, may not always be that accurate. What you want to do if you're listening or reading horoscopes is you want to figure out your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant, and you want to read or listen to all three of those. Again, to figure out your ascendant and your moon placement, you're going to need your birth time. But it's very helpful, especially your ascendant, because when astrologers read the transits, okay, they're talking about the house system, which is developed from your ascendant. So this is more apt to show you where the transits are taking place in your own chart. Again, it can be a little bit off depending on where your ascendant lies. But you're more apt to get more accurate information. But definitely blend all three of those to get the very best information. And you can go online and you can run your chart for free if you don't know your placements. It's a good idea to have your chart and to see where your planets are, so that when you're listening to astrologers, like if you're listening to one of my full moon reports, for example, and I have the chart there and I'm talking about the new moons occurring at this degree, then you can pull out your chart and you can look and see if you have anything where that is taking place or within a few degrees of that, and you can look around and see if you have anything in your chart at those degrees. Then you know that if you do, that's going to be affecting you. So go run your chart. All right, so don't get too hung up on certain aspects. Okay, there is nothing that's going to guarantee you're a twin. Know that you can work with whatever energy you have. Okay, remember, you're making the unconscious conscious so you can heal that. And twin relationships are about healing each other. So even if you have something in your chart that looks horrible, you can heal from it. Again, take into consideration the lower octave and the higher octave of aspects. Pay attention to your natal chart. Don't just focus on your synastry or chart comparisons, okay? Because remember, your natal chart has a lot of important information. And generally, when you get an astrology reading, it's usually an hour long. And let me tell you that an hour goes by really fast, and it's not a lot of time to give you a lot of information. So, good to do both. Don't worry about the hard aspects either. There are some astrologers that don't like to see a lot of hard aspects, but you know what? Twin flames, they tend to have a lot of hard aspects as far as I can see. And that's, I don't really worry about that, because twins are here to balance, and you're going to find a balance with that energy. And the hard aspects, they make life exciting. And of course, like, what is more exciting than a twin flame relationship, right? With all the twists and turns. It's quite a journey. So I wouldn't expect anything less than to have some hard aspects in there. Again, twins are one soul beings. So the chart reflects that, I'm sure. I just don't know exactly how yet, but I will figure it out. And again, lastly, I just want to reiterate that if you feel in your heart that you're a twin flame, don't let anyone else, tell you differently. Okay? It's up to you to make that qualification. All right, that's all I have to say for now. I hope that the information was useful to you. If you would like to know more about me, if you want to know about readings with me, you can visit my website, which is twinstrology.com, and you can follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.